Hello, fellow residents of Tamriel. It is the Beeve once again. Got the day off and trying to bust out some videos, get them edited up, and get them uploaded for the most part. And I wanted to go over I just posted one not too long ago about the simple Sork, simple build, simple rotation. I got another one here. This is a magical warden that I like the wardens. Stammy and Magicka both are pretty viable options when it comes to DPS in class. So this one here, very similar to what we showed in the Sork build. Um, same type of gear sets, same easy for the most part rotations. So let's just dive into it real quick. First off, this I am using the Maelstrom Lightning Staff infused with a weapon damage glyph on it, just like before, like always. This one is not the perfected version. I wanted to start making videos. The non-perfected versions are actually pretty easy to get. If you haven't went into Maelstrom Arena and started getting these weapons, you have to. Like they are going to improve your numbers 100%. Well, not 100%, but they're going to improve your numbers just from having these weapons. These ability altering weapons do a wonderful job. Um, I went ahead and since I have been making these with like the perfected versions, which are a little bit harder to get, especially for newer players and whatnot. Most players should be able to easily get through Maelstrom and be able to get the non-perfected versions. So we're going to start making these videos with the non-perfected versions of these weapons. So this is the first one we're doing without it. So this is just the regular Maelstrom Lightning Staff. Infused weapon damage glyph as always. Uh, we are using once again Alambris from Crypt of Hearts, and this is just a helm that does pretty decent damage. When you deal flame or shock damage, you have a 33% chance to summon a meteor shower of that damage type. It deals 3,000 damage to all enemies in a 4-meter radius for 1 second, every second for 5 seconds. And it can occur once every 8 seconds. So this is, it's got some decent damage to it. The extra line of Max Magicka is really nice. The one set we're using is Mother Sorrow. Once again, you can go to Silent Mire and get that quest there and be able to get an infused lightning staff literally for 10 minutes worth of questing. So easy lightning staff for this Mother set Sorrow. And these videos that I'm doing, I'm doing them with lightning staves at the moment because it's something that can do a lot of damage with your heavy attack and give you back resources. So you're not depending on somebody else giving you back your resources or having to stop in the middle of a rotation and heavy attack 3 or 4 times in a row with a flame staff to get your resources back if you're not, careful when managing them correctly. So these lightning staff setups that I'm doing right now are for easy sustain and good damage. There is a shock glyph on this, and I am using precise because I just want that extra weapon critical or spell critical. That means a lot to these builds right here. This is another kind of connect the dot build, but there is a good bit of there's a lot more direct damage involved in this one than the Sork build, but still a lot of damage over time that we're going to be utilizing. The other set we're using is Necropotence. We are going to be using the Bear Ultimate, so the Bear is out, so we get that 5th piece bonus from the Necropotence of all that extra Magicka. Very easy to find. This is in Rivenspire, or you can find it in Traders, so it's fairly easy to get your hands on. Everything has a Magicka enchantment on it, and everything is in Divines for the Mundustone effect. My jewelry, once again, this is the test server, so it's gold. I'll have bloodthirsty trait, and all have spell damage enchantments on them. Champion tree wise, this is going to look exactly the same as the Sork build was. 66 Elfborn, 64 Elemental Defender, 19 Staff Expert, 40 Master at Arms, and 81 Thaumaturge because we have so much damage over time. The red tree, you can just kind of do it how you like. The green tree, the only thing I'm going to suggest, just like in the other build, is 75 Arcanus, 75 Tenacity. That way you got to 14% more Magicka recovery and 14% more resources back from using those heavy attacks, which we are going to utilize with this build. Skills that we're using, we are using the Unstable Wall. We're using Winter's Revenge. This is a pretty beefy AoE right here. It's got a 6-meter radius to it. And look at that, 2903 frost damage every second for 12 seconds. That's crazy. It does reduce movement speed, and this ability has a higher chance to apply the chilled status effect as well. We got our Scalding Rune. This is, almost 10k on the when it pops, and then almost 10k over 10 seconds. We have Mother Sorrow on. It's going to crit a lot. We are carrying Inner Light on this bar, on both bars actually, for the extra Magicka and the spell critical rating. And we got our Blue Betty on this bar right here too, which restores Magicka to you over 25 seconds and increases your weapon and spell damage by 20%. Every 5 seconds, it also removes a negative effect from you as well, so that's always kind of nice also. Just like with the Sork build that I showed you, having this Blue Betty active and having the Inner Light on your bar means that you don't have to worry about spell power potions. You can use the trash pots again that you get from your darn, you get from like the rewards for the crown store and whatnot. We are using the bear ultimate. It is on both bars. This bear does a ton of damage. He swipes the enemy for 32, 33. Every now and again, he'll swipe all enemies in front of him. He'll rare back and swipe for 13k, which is a huge hit. And then for 75 ultimate, he will do a swipe that does 14k, which is actually an execute as well. It deals 100% more damage to enemies under 25% health. That is huge, honestly, and I'll tell you on the trial Atronach, I seen this hit for 160k, and it critted for 160k in the execute phase. So this thing hits like a truck. We have Screaming Cliff Racer, almost 10k damage, and it gets even more the further away you are. Plus, if you're more than 7 meters away, it will knock your target off balance. But we're going to get off balance from our unstable wall. Deep Fissure, these are shocks that you smack your staff on the ground. After 3 seconds, they pop and do 15k damage. They also apply Breach, which is, I guess, kind of nice, but it's only for 6 seconds. This Fetcher Fly Infection, this does 1700 damage per second for 10 seconds. Every second cast of this ability deals 50% more damage, so every second cast is pretty big. And this also applies Minor Vulnerability, increasing damage taken by 5%. We are using the Soul Trap ability. This one here doesn't do a whole lot of... Oh wait, I didn't morph this correctly. I don't think it changes the damage, but I could be wrong. What's it say it's doing here? 16808? 16608. Yeah, I don't think it changed. I believe I didn't do that right. consuming trap. Yeah, see, doesn't change the damage to it, but when something dies, you get 3,600 health back, almost 10k in magicka back, and 2k in stamina back. And once again, we have Interlight on this bar for the magicka and the spell crit, and our bear on this bar for him to be out and do his damage. The rotation is as follows. We're going to start off by we're gonna start off with our Blue Betty on the as we're starting the fight. Um, it'll be light attack, unstable wall, light attack, Winter's Revenge, light attack, Scalding Rune, and then you don't have to do it every rotation. You can do it every other rotation on the Blue Betty with this build, but I tend to just call it out every rotation because it fits right into the rotation that I like to use. But if you don't want to call it out every rotation, you don't have to. But unstable wall, light attack, Winter's Revenge, light attack, Scalding Rune, light attack, Blue Betty, light attack, bar swap. Then it is light attack, Deep Fissure, light attack, Screaming Cliff Racer, light attack, Fetcher Infection, light attack, Consuming Trap, light attack, Deep Fissure again, fully charged heavy attack, another light attack with another Deep Fissure, and bar swap and start over. I know it sounds a little bit confusing, but one of the things I'll tell you to do to just kind of get used to it. Once you bar swap to your bar here, you can just do one of each of these 4 abilities right here, and then do a heavy attack and bar swap and start over if you want. Once you learn the rotation and get it down, you'll start seeing the extra times when you can actually throw out the beetles, like I am going to in this Parse. So until you get used to the rotation, you can just do each one of those abilities on that bar one time and do a heavy attack and go from there. It's going to drop the DPS a tad little bit, but not a huge amount by any means. But that's how we're going to do the rotation there. Character sheet real quick, like on the Maelstrom bar, 46k in magicka, 18k health, 10k in stamina, and we got 2115 in spell damage and 38.8% on spell critical. Bar swap. Nothing changes when we bar swap? I don't think. No. Yeah, there's a tad bit more max magicka on this front bar. That's fine. We want more we want the most amount of magicka on that bar. Spell damage doesn't change, but the spell critical does change. It goes up to 58%, and we're gonna be critting every more than every other tick. More than every other damage is going to be a critical damage. So you're gonna get a lot of crits off it. I don't think I have to go over anything else. So let's just do this parse real quick here. Just like always, I'm gonna attach the elemental susceptibility here to provide the major breach. And pull out some first, take a second to pop. Now this bear ultimate is only 75 ultimate, so this pops a lot, so you gotta really pay attention to that bear. this server is awful right now. 38,665. Not bad. Like I said before, it's very similar build to what that Sork build was. This normally hits a little bit higher, but this test server is just not acting right for being able to throw things out. Really don't have anything else to go over on this build, if I'm not mistaken. I think we've went over everything at this point. I tried to condense it down and make it as quick as possible here this time for this build. And with the few minutes that I'd like to take here, I'm gonna hit this big guy so you can see the type of numbers you get off the trial Atronach. And I mean, if you don't want to check it out, you don't have to check it out. If you want to fast forward through it. But we're going to go ahead and do that real quick here. Oh, man, thing is... holy cow. You see all that garbage and nonsense just happen right there? This test server is absolutely awful. Come on, bear. Get over here. Thank you. Try this. Alright. See if this acts any better this time. Not really. See that bear just critted for 69k. He hits like a monster. $73k on that one. $74k. That bear ultimate hits. Come on, catch up. $74k again. Man, he is a monster. $5k. Wow. Love that bear. Not want to work. 100k on that crit. Ah, wrong button. Messing with me. Wow, so laggy. Pretty sure that just did 115k on that one. Oh yeah, we are in execute phase. Woo, 159k. Wow, 79k just on a regular swipe. See if this one crits. Oh, it didn't. That sucks. Want to see how high that one was going to get. Oh, this horse got really messed up at the end. Okay, so 71,000. 71,000 with this build that is very simple to put together and very easy to rotate on. You can start off with an easy rotation and then start adding in more and more of your deep fissures, your little beetles that pop out when you know they're able to be popped out. So it's gonna do good for you at first, and as you grow with it and learn how to do it, you're gonna be able to do even more. Um, just like the other builds, changing out to different sets, changing out different gear setups is going to increase the amount of damage. You know, some of the trial sets and some of the better dungeon sets and whatnot can actually make this hit even harder. But that is all I've got for you now. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it greatly. Please like and shares in case, or if you want to see more videos. I'm going to keep posting them in the Discord. So if anybody has any requests, don't hesitate to ask, and I'll make them up for you and show you what you can do with it. Show you the type of gear sets you can get. Show you what's easy to get and you can start off with, and then show you what you need to work towards having to get. But that is all I got for you guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and happy adventuring.